Seconds out, ringfrei, Runde 1.
So scheduled for 10 rounds here for the WBO European heavyweight title. Erik Pfeifer, who has got the gold gloves on. They're both wearing black shorts, so gloves the best way to separate these two. Pfeifer wearing the gold, Redzovic wearing the blue. Redzovic with a decent looking record, but it is very padded. The 21 wins have come at home and in Germany against no particular opposition. I took you through a couple of opponents that he's faced in his career so far. Pfeifer, he's in the building stages, the learning stages. 6 fights and 6 wins. And they're just looking to try and step him up at 32. There's time left, particularly for a heavyweight, but as is the modern way, shall we say, they will look to try and find out where he's at sooner rather than later. That WSB experience always helps with hitting the ground running as a professional, because you're used to the 5 3-minute rounds, smaller gloves, no vests, no head guards. Of course, that's been the case for a good while now. Redzovic is looking for an overhand right there. Didn't look to land it. Pfeifer having a look here. Just looking to get on the jab, pecking with the jab a bit. Looking to lead with the left hook, then followed it with the right hand. That was a decent shot. Redzovic taking his feet back in a straight line. Still been quite circumspect in this opening round so far. Pfeifer got Bülent Basser in his corner, so a stablemate of Sven Thornley. Just inching forward with that front foot there, Pfeifer, then looking to try and send that right hand down the middle to the body. Again, just creeping forward. He's not really wanting to commit too much in this opening round, looking for that left. Good right hand there from Pfeifer, and that just rocked him back onto his heels. And he needs to try and follow up here. Was looking for a kind of screw shot there with the right hand that nearly got through. Redzovic definitely felt that one. And Pfeifer could maybe have just put it on him a little bit more there right towards the end of the round. Final 10 seconds, leading off with the left hook and caught him. And again, I'm not sure if he's going to get too deep into this fight, Adnan Redzovic. So that's a good opening round for Erik Pfeifer. Just warmed into it.
Started
to pick his shots towards the end of the round. Just sends in that left hand almost as a decoy in a way. He is trying to land it, but there's not really any power on it. It's more there, I think, just to measure the distance for the right. And he cracked that right down the middle. So into the second round, and it was Pfeifer who finished the round strongly. At the end of the first, Pfeifer with those gold gloves, Redzovic with the blue. Just crunched that right hand down the middle. Cracked Redzovic on the chin, and he was definitely rocked back from that one. He did look to try and follow up Pfeifer, but he didn't want to go too crazy. He didn't want to go too gung-ho too early. And looking to be nice and busy at the start of the round here. Leads off with the hook, which he does every now and again. A lot of jabs and then a good right uppercut off the back of them. They weren't quite reaching, he just moved in behind them. There were 4 or 5 of them. and then stepped in and made good contact with the uppercut, but Redzovic took that well because he was solid. And he's just looking to open up himself every now and again, Redzovic, and I think Pfeifer will be keen on that. I think Redzovic is maybe realising that the chances of him just being able to fiddle his way through 10 rounds here are not great. And he may as well give this a crack. Looking for the uppercut again there, Pfeifer. Didn't quite pull it off that time. But the way he just inches in there, he's in range, Pfeifer, a lot of the time. Redzovic, he's letting his hands go on the cage, and that's a better looking jab from Pfeifer than a decent right hand. Redzovic turned his back on that one a bit. Dave Paris just circling. It looked like Redzovic could have been in a bit of trouble there, but he's managed to get away from that corner at least. Uppercut was perilously close there from Pfeifer. Redzovic looking to throw back, so Pfeifer does just have to be a little bit careful here at times. He's got him going a couple of times now though, Pfeifer. And again, he just dipped away to his right-hand side. He's looking for that uppercut as often as he can here, Erik Pfeifer. That straight right hand down the middle is the one that seems to be giving him most joy though. Second round has slipped by very, very quickly. Pfeifer was just looking to turn the screw a bit in that second round, started a little bit quicker.
Alles gut? Nicht jede Hände stark. Verstehst du? Der vorbereitet starke Hände. Relax bleiben, okay? Lange linke, kurz und sofort. Okay, so Kombination. Schluss machst du stark.
I think what he's telling them there, Master, is just to try and put his punches together in combinations a bit more. And this was the right hand that got through. He's just teeing it up with the jab there, and that was a good shot. And Redzovic, he took that well. But it's that straight right hand that causes the problem. That was the one that gave him difficulties in the opening round. And again there, he's off balance as he took it. A touch of gloves between the two. And we need to see Pfeifer go through the gears a bit here, I think. Adnan Redzovic is an opponent that he should beat. And to be honest, he should look good doing it. And he has looked decent so far. And maybe looking slightly more aggressive at the start of the third. He doesn't want this one to go on too long. He doesn't want this one to go down the track and end up getting to be a bit of a difficult watch. It's important to be an attractive fighter to watch, particularly in the heavyweight division. Just look to feint with that front foot a bit there, Pfeifer. Again there, just throwing a feint in, seeing if he can open Redzovic up, leading off with a left hook. He was in range for it too. Left hand straight down the middle, got through from Redzovic, but he immediately caught a couple back from Pfeifer.
Let him go. Let him go.
Just managed to block the right with the shoulder there, Redzovic. He knows that he's got to try and do some work himself. Got to try and cause some kinds of problems for Pfeifer. He can tend to just pull back in straight lines most of the time. Jab to the body, always a good shot. Nice combination there from Pfeifer. Finishing on the left hand. Looking for that uppercut again. It is a shot that he favours. He likes to get in close, then just dip off to his right-hand side and look for it. Right hand there from Redzovic has put Pfeifer down, and he's in trouble here. He just shakes his head, but his legs completely went. Well, well, well. We were not expecting that. And the referee, Dave Paris, asks him to walk forward, and there's 45 seconds left in the round here. Redzovic has got to jump on him. Redzovic has got to jump on him here. This is his chance. Pfeifer, this has not happened to him in his young pro career so far, and he won't know where he is at the minute. This will be an altogether new feeling, and this is his chance here. The 42-year-old from Sarajevo, this is his chance. Just needs to land another one if he can, and you can see from the eyes there, Pfeifer, he's not totally got it all back together yet. Looking for that right hand again there, and he catches one on the inside there, Pfeifer. He's got to be careful. Last few seconds of this round, uppercut on the inside for Redzovic, and Pfeifer is going to get through this, but this has been, well, this has been a horrible last minute. Nice uppercut again, and he goes back to the corner, shakes his head. He's frustrated with himself, but from absolutely nowhere, Adnan Redzovic has caught him there, and he has caught him good. Now the corner have just got to try and keep him calm, I think.
Okay.
Just telling him to breathe. They just need him to get through this. Well, let's have a look.
Musst du nicht so nah gehen, okay? Jetzt dieses Mal. Bleibst lange Distanz, lange Arme erst. Okay.
And there's that right hand. It comes over the top of that lead left hook. He does like to lead with that left hook, and you saw the legs just go there.
Kein Problem. Okay.
Lazy left hook. It caught him quite high on the head, I think, around about the temple, and that can short circuit you. That's why you saw the legs just give out like that. He's got to be careful now, Pfeifer. As I mentioned, he does like to kind of wander into close range to get his work done, and that's fine. But you are in range for your opponent when you do that. So a touch of gloves there. Redzovic with a 10-8 in that round, so that'll level it up in rounds anyway. Pfeifer won the first two, and he's looking to come out aggressive here, Pfeifer. There's that right, he's looking forward again. He's got to keep that left glove up here, Erik Pfeifer. Maybe not lead off with that left hook quite so much. It's a high risk punch at the best of times. He's trying to keep that guard a little bit tighter here, which I would say is a good idea. When he jabs there, though, he does bring that left hand back quite low and a bit slow. Redzovic, well, he's been around the block. Right hand lead there from Redzovic. 1-2 there from Pfeifer. Good right hand from Pfeifer. Redzovic, he took that well. He was throwing at the same time too, but he managed to soak that one up. Pfeifer again just looking for that 1-2. This is what he needs to do. Keep it long, good jab. Stay out of range. Set up that right hand with the jab, not just kind of shuffle in like he did there. Gum shield's come out. I think it's Redzovic's. Dave Paris will get that one rinsed off.
There.
For a big, tall fighter, Pfeifer. He's not mega tall for a heavyweight, but he's 6'3", 6'4".
Put it in.
He's got to try and use that.
Box.
Reaching for that right hand a bit there, Pfeifer. Wasn't quite there for him. Nice little jab there from Redzovic, looking for a left hand. Good right hand there from Pfeifer, just knocks it back onto his heels. But he's taking these okay, Redzovic. It's strange. Every now and again when Pfeifer lands, he almost looks like he's about to come apart, but he gets it back together quickly. There's that right hand. He's always looking for that right hand. Every time he sees Pfeifer throw that left, particularly if it's a wide punch, particularly if it's a hook, he's looking for that right hand, just to sneak it in over the top. There it is. And this is an interesting fight. The gum shield's come out again, and the referee might just have a little word about this because
Put it in.
he needs to keep it in.
Next time, 1 point, okay?
Well, there you go. Dave Parra's telling him next time that happens, it's going to be a point, and it's coming out because his mouth's hanging open. He's not spitting it out, but it's his responsibility to bite down and keep it in. There's a good-looking 1-2 again from Pfeifer, and he tried to pile in with another one. Redzovic up to my right-hand side, just taking a weary-looking seat on his stool there. He's halfway through this, and he's given a good account of himself so far, courtesy of that knockdown, but I'm not absolutely sure how much he's got left in the tank here.
It's true.
Not back onto his heels, as he has been a few times. And as I said, every now and again he looks like he's about ready to go, but he manages to suck it up.
Stani lead, now. Daj mi par puta dobro. Daj mi par puta dobro. Ajde. Go 1 second, clear the ring. Box.
And he'll learn a lot from this, Erik Pfeifer. If he comes through it, he's winning the round still. He dropped that one where he was put down. That was the third. But since then, he's managed to regroup. So I would have him a point ahead after 4 rounds. And if he stays on that 1-2, doesn't need to take any real risks here, then he'll get this done, because I don't think Redzovic wants loads more of this. He looked fairly spent in the corner to me. He's only a few feet away from me. And there was just a few little distress signals coming out there. He's standing in range there, Pfeifer. He's standing in range for no reason, and Redzovic just throws that right hand, and it managed to just clip him behind the back of the guard. Again, looking for the right hand. Redzovic managed to ride that one okay. That was a decent shot, and then just bangs him back into the corner. He's trying to move his head here, Redzovic. Good uppercut there from Pfeifer. And it's those kinds of exchanges where Redzovic can be a little bit dangerous himself. Looking for that right hand, Pfeifer. He's in the pocket there. He's well within punching range. Left hand coming back from Redzovic. Looking for the uppercut. Landed it, but not absolutely clean there, Pfeifer, and that's a decent 1-2 again. And Redzovic knocked back into the ropes, and he just begun to list into the ropes a little bit there. And Pfeifer, if he puts some real pressure on here, I think he can maybe force the referee to jump in, but then just steps off. Looks for a wild right uppercut there, Pfeifer. That wasn't too close to landing. If he turns a screw here in the last 30, 40 seconds, Pfeifer, and I think that could be enough. Bit of swelling, bit of discoloration coming up under the right eye there of Redzovic too. Good left to the body from Pfeifer. Right hand comes back from Redzovic just to keep him honest. Nice jab, good stiff jab. The uppercut again. He's taken those uppercuts particularly well, Redzovic. Final few seconds of round 5. Good 1-2. Shake of the head there from Redzovic, and I think he wants out here. He's shaking his head at the corner, and he's asking them basically to pull him out. He's halfway through, and I think he's shot his bolt here. He looks absolutely exhausted. He's a few feet away from me, and he just looked at me and just waved his glove, and he doesn't want any more of this. And the corner should do what he asks here. He's 42 years old, and he's given it a good crack in the first 5 rounds. And the corner just signalling to Dave Paris that their man is retiring. I think they may be saying that there's an injury to the right hand, and the doctor will come in and have a quick look. Let's just have a glimpse at some of the action towards the end of that round. And this is what really discouraged him from taking the fight any further. That's the Pfeifer corner. I think they've just realised, they've just been told that the fight is over. The referee waves it off and he gets the win, but I tell you what, he'll have learned something from this. He was caught plenty of times there by Adnan Redzovic, more times than he should have been, really. And it's an injury to the right hand, he's saying there, Redzovic. I'm not going to argue with him, but I think the tank was empty anyway. He had his moment, putting his man down in the 3rd round, and it was a big moment. But it's a win for Pfeifer ultimately. But as I say, he will have learned more in that fight than he has done in all of his previous 6 combined. And that WBO European belt, which has been brought into the ring, that will go round his waist. That might get him a top 15 ranking with the WBO. I wouldn't be too worried about any of that. He's a mile off world team. It's early days. He was always firing back, Redzovic. Always had something to say. Just waiting for the MC for the final announcement.
Ladies and Gentlemen, ein großer Applaus für unsere Kämpfer. Unschwer zu erkennen in der 6. Runde, in the 6th round with TKO, and the WBO Europe champ is Erik Pfeifer from EC Boxing Hamburg.
So good night for Erik Pfeifer. He was asked some questions there, but he is the new WBO European heavyweight champion.
Der Promoter von EC, überreicht den Siegerkranz. Meine Damen, meine Herren, ein Riesenapplaus. Give a big hands for Erik Pfeifer.